Check out my Patreon page using the patron link at the top of the description below the video. Here, you gain early access to audios before they're uploaded on YouTube, a patron-only role for our free Discord server, and exclusive full-length spicy content. Anyways, I hope to see you weebs there, and enjoy the video. Monster, an Attack on Titan X-Mute Listener Fanfic by Mokomaki. Chapter 36. I watched everyone clean out the small cabin we were staying in. As much as I wanted to help, I couldn't help but get distracted by my changing body. For some reason, strange things are happening to my body. For starters, I tried to fit into my casual clothes, but they barely fit me, especially around my chest. And my hair looks paler than normal as I twisted my braid around my finger. Not to mention my appetite was growing. I always seemed hungrier. I'm worried that I'm starting to become like Sasha. I looked around the room to find everyone hustling about, and by everyone I meant Connie and Aaron. The others haven't returned yet. It's been a few weeks since Berthold and Reiner's attack. Levi got us some new squad members, which consisted of Armin, Mikasa, Jean, Connie, Sasha, and Historia. I was pretty happy about that, because that meant I was closer with my friends. But that didn't fill in the deep hole of grief I had for my old squad. Speaking of the incident, I'm surprised no one noticed my arm that grew back suddenly after getting sliced off. Although I am glad it somehow magically grew back, I sort of wished it didn't. From what I've heard from Connie, Erwin got his arm bitten off during the Reiner and Berthold incident. If my arm didn't grow back, maybe we would have been missing arm buddies. Maybe he wouldn't feel like so much of a burden anymore. I heard loud voices and footsteps approaching the cabin. My head perked up. That meant they were back. I quickly got up from where I was sitting and went to go greet them. "Hey, did you guys at least wipe the mud off your feet before you came in?" Aaron yelled. "You kidding me? Do you not see all the stuff we're carrying?" Jean asked. Oh boy. "You idiot! Do you really think an excuse like that is going to play with Captain Levi? I had to make your bed for you, and now you pulled this crap?" Jean growled and snapped back. "Oh, shut it. Who are you, my mom now?" I heard more footsteps come in, and looked to find Mikasa and Historia had returned. Historia was looking as gloomy as ever. Ever since Amir disappeared, she's been the same for a while. "We're back," Mikasa called. They were carrying logs of wood. "Wait, you were chopping firewood?" Armin asked. "Gotta stay in shape somehow," she replied. "You got grabbed by a titan. You should be recovering." "I think you're just wasting your breath. I saw her do sit-ups earlier, too," Aaron mumbled, but Jean and I heard that clear. "Oh, so now you're a nag and a spy. How the hell is that spying?" I decided to ignore their bickering and walk over to where the rest were standing. I stared hungrily at the potatoes and bread we were rationing, but I knew I had to contain myself. Sasha, on the other hand, gave in to her craving, but she was caught red-handed just as she grabbed it and quickly shoved it into her bag. "Sasha, what did you just shove into your bag?" Armin asked. "It's something that's definitely not bread," Sasha replied. "Really? What did I tell you?" Jean asked. I laid my head on the table and watched the scene unfold. "Come on, put it back." "Sasha, we can't do this right now." "Hey guys, can we just focus on cleaning before the captain gets back?" Aaron replied, somewhat nervous. Of course, he's still scared of him after what happened back at his trial. While I watched everyone bicker, I noticed Historia watching from the background with a bored look on her face. Jeez, it's like she's a totally different person. I sniffed and noticed her smell was different. It wasn't as fake as it was before. This time, it was real. I heard another pair of footsteps come in and saw Captain Levi enter. Oh no, are we in trouble? "What's all the commotion?" he asked. Aaron was the only one who heard his voice and stared nervously at him as he walked around. Finally, the bickering stopped and everyone's head turned towards Levi, who had now entered the room. Levi placed his hand on a nearby chair and noticed dust falling from it as he did. He looked back at us with a stoic expression. "I'm quite certain I gave you all enough time." Everyone groaned softly while Aaron face-palmed. I hid my face and my arms on the table. "Your name?" Levi called. My whole body flinched as I raised my head to look at him. "Get your head off the table. It's dirty." I quickly responded with a hum. Levi sighed. "Never mind. We can discuss your failure at a later date." He turned towards Aaron. "Aaron, Anjay is desperate to get an experiment over with." Yes, sir," Aaron responded. Anjay didn't change in the slightest. Time skip. I watched as a semi-giant Titan Aaron laid on the ground, not responding and his legs sticking out from his nape. This is the second time his transformation failed. "Aaron, get up! The future of humanity is at stake. You can't give up now. Get up!" Anjay called. Aaron remained unresponsive, and I became worried. I quickly, yet carefully, jumped my way down, with Anjay following behind me. "Carefully, your name. Don't get too close. It's hot." Anjay managed to pull Aaron out. His face looked rather off. My nose twitched in disgust as I held it. Aaron reeked with the smell of Titan. To this day, it still bothers me, but I managed to cope with it. Our day was cut short, and we had to ride back to town. The next day, at the cabin, Aaron arrived in the kitchen. I thought he was supposed to be resting, I thought to myself. Apparently, I wasn't the only one who did this. "What are you doing? You should still be in bed," Mikasa said. "I'm fine. I already slept the whole day," Aaron responded. Aaron walked in and petted my hair as he walked past me. "Morning, your name," I heard him mumble. I let out a slight hum in return. "Besides, it's my fault the plan failed, so the least I could do is help out." I looked at Aaron with sad eyes. "Hey, you tried at least. Don't beat yourself up about it," Mikasa replied. I continued to peel off the potato peels until Connie and Mikasa left the room, leaving only me, Aaron, and Historia. It was quiet for a moment before Historia spoke. "Must be nice. You and others know what you want, even though it won't be easy to get." Aaron and I turned towards her. "With Amir gone, I lost my purpose. I don't even know what I'm fighting for anymore." "Saving her was something to fight for," Aaron replied. I hummed and nodded in agreement. "Maybe, at the time, I didn't understand what she was doing. I just wanted her to be safe," she continued. "Since then, I've been thinking, when she left, Ymir chose her own path. I have no right to change that. She doesn't need me to..." She sounded so broken. I walked up to her and patted her shoulder. She gave me a small smile in return. "About time you finally started talking." I was confused. What did Aaron mean by that? "When we got here, you told us your story, but then you just kept your mouth shut. Stop smiling as well." "Why should I bother?" "Sorry, but the sweet little Krista you knew is gone. She's not me anymore." I couldn't help but feel somewhat relieved. She was accepting her true self. That's what matters, right? "Good. I didn't really like her. No one is actually as nice as you pretend to be." "But I am. I'm a genuinely nice person." I hummed sadly. Aaron noticed. "Apart from you, your name," he chuckled while petting my hair. "It was unnatural, and quite frankly, exhausting," he continued. Historia looked kind of hurt to hear that. "Oh," Historia responded. "Geez, Aaron, way to call her out." "Well, now you're just a normal girl. Stupidly honest, maybe, but normal enough. You still don't have to decide about Ymir yet. I mean, there's a part of me that still thinks..." He stopped mid-sentence. How could I forget that? Aaron turned towards me. "Your name. How's your arm doing?" he asked. My whole body flinched. He decides now to notice? I didn't get the chance to say sorry before. I let Reiner do that to you, and I'm the one to blame. What happened to her arm? Historia asked. Reiner sliced it off. He wanted to prove if she could regenerate it, which obviously didn't work. Oh, your name. I'm so sorry. I waved my hands to tell them that it was fine, but immediately regretted because now I've shown them my hands. Wait, since when did you have 2 hands? Did Hanji give you some kind of built-in arm or something? If she did, she could have at least done something for Erwin. Let me look. I began to shake my head and back away, but Aaron already grabbed it and pulled up my sleeve. I'm surprised you're able to move it so well. His voice trailed off and his eyes widened. I gulped as Aaron stared at my newly grown arm. What happened? Historia asked as she walked over. She let out a small gasp. Your name? This is your real arm, isn't it? I slowly nodded. When did it grow back? How did this happen? At times, I'm glad I'm mute because I don't have to answer questions like this. But still, it's nerve-wracking either way. Hanji and the others are back. We're meeting in the main room, I heard Sasha call. I let out a huge sigh of relief. But even so, Aaron is not going to leave me alone after this. I hope you weebs enjoyed Chapter 36 of Monster, the Attack on Titan X-Mute Listener fanfic by Mokamaki. Make sure to go check out the original series via the link at the bottom of the description below. If you made it this far and did enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and leave a comment down below. I know I've asked this before, but who's your favorite character in Attack on Titan? Let me know. Anyway, that's enough for me. My name is Bazaar, and I'll see you weebs in the next video. Cue the outro.